recording.
Okay, shalom. For the ones that don't know me, I'm Margo and Adi has been telling me to cook something with her. And people will say, well, why are you doing shawarma? Because I'm from Mexico. As a matter of fact, I grew up eating shawarma. And just as as an interesting fact, in the 1800s, we had a very large migration to Mexico from Aleppo, Syria, Lebanon. And in fact, I grew up 2 hours south of Mexico City. We still have a very heavily Lebanese population. And Syrians stay in Mexico City and things like that. So I grew up eating shawarma. Of course, they changed it a little bit when they were in Mexico because lamb was very, very expensive. So they actually make it with pork. And still now, like when you go to like Puebla, you will have shawarma in every corner. And we call it Lebanese bread instead of pita because that's how they always call it. And they kind of made it into like taco and it was kind of like a very similar thing. So we always had like shawarma tacos. Like growing up, we always had shawarma tacos.
So let me just share the pictures you sent me. We just want to show.
She's going to show you some pictures from Mexico and from Tel Aviv.
So these pictures, so the one in the middle is from Israel, right? Mm-hmm. And the picture on the right and the picture on the left, they're both from Mexico. Mm-hmm. So this is like the stand where they're making the shawarma, both in Israel and in Mexico. This is Margo eating a shawarma. This is also in Israel, as you can see with the Hebrew. So like they wrap it for you and you can have like plate on the side with like salads and stuff like that. And this is friends Margo from Mexico. Yeah. Also having a shawarma. So yeah, we just wanted to share that with you also. And I think now we can start.
So the ingredients Adi emailed to you, we're gonna make enough of the shawarma spice so you can have, and you're gonna have it's gonna make like a cup and a half. So it depends really of how much chicken you make. I'm very generous with my spices because I like them. I like things that are very flavorful. So I'm very generous. So when I do 2 pounds of chicken, which I usually make 4 pounds for my whole family, I will try to do like 4 tablespoons. So first we're gonna put half a cup of turmeric, half a cup of ground cumin, half a cup of, 2 tablespoons of coriander, 2 tablespoons of ground cardamom, 2 tablespoons of black pepper.
We use grounded one.
Yeah, I like to use grounded. Yes. Okay. And then
kosher salt.
Kosher salt, spoon, 1 tablespoon or 2. I did 1.5.
And you should have all the amounts on the email that I send you. I also send another email today. If for some reason you don't have it, just email me, send me a message on Facebook, and I will send it to you again.
So, a question?
Excuse
me?
The question I have is the one on the spit has more than one kind of meat, doesn't it?
No, it's usually either a lamb in Israel or chicken.
I thought it was a combination of lamb, chicken, and beef or something, like 3 different kinds of meats. In
Israel. There's something that's called me'orav Yerushalmi that I know combine like different stuff, but I'm not sure about the shawarma.
Okay, the shawarma on the spit, the one that they slice off.
Yeah, I think I always thought it was lamb or chicken.
Yeah.
Maybe or get it combined.
Mm-hmm.
You can see.
Later.
Can you see this?
Mhm.
So it smells very strong. The smell is like really strong.
Very good.
I like to add. This is from a lot of Israeli chefs that I read. Some like to add a pinch of cinnamon. I like to add a pinch of cinnamon, just very little, to my shawarma spice. Very little. And I also like to add a pinch of paprika.
I will just say, according to Wikipedia, you can combine different kind of meats, lamb, turkey, chicken, beef, and the Greek version, they're also adding a ham. Yeah.
If you're gonna add paprika, just do the regular one, not the smoked one, because it's already so powerful with the turmeric and cardamom that it's gonna be like too overpowering. So I like a pinch of paprika. And I also, that's something I also add to mine. It's a little pinch of crushed red peppers. You know, actually, I'm not gonna add it to the
Mix.
To the mix. So it's a very, I mean, if I will put my fingers, it will literally stain my fingers with the turmeric and cardamom. I also like to marinate my chicken. I usually use chicken thighs. I think it gives it a better flavor, but you can use anything. I have used the whole chicken and literally roasted the whole chicken.
I know that when my mom is making that too, she's also using chicken thighs.
And the chicken breast is way too dry. Way too dry. So I like to marinate my chicken sometimes the night before or 2 hours before. And what I do is I squeeze a whole lemon.
And you said like now we put it like the whole piece. So we will cut it only after we're cooking, right?
Yeah, I cook it first and then cut it. I like to do a whole lemon. And we were gonna cook 2 pounds, but we already actually marinated half of our chicken since we knew we didn't have a lot of time. I also like to add 2 or 3 garlic. And see, this is how you're gonna marinate it. And then if you want to give me some olive oil, I do a cup of olive oil.
One cup of olive oil?
1 cup of olive oil. I'm gonna do
Very nice to be the sous chef for once.
I did 3 tablespoons of the mix. It's very powerful. So you don't need, you kind of have to go, that's why it's nice that we made the mix. So you will go on your own if you like it very strong.
Now I have a question about the mix. Where should we store it? In the in the closet next to the spices, in the freezer. What's better to?
This spice is really expensive. I don't know if you guys already got the turmeric and the cardamom. So I like to have these kind of spices in the freezer. in a glass jar. Like I have Zumac that people have brought me from Lebanon, and I have Zatar. I have everything in the freezer.
Okay, so also this mix we should keep in the freezer.
Yes, a whole cup of olive oil. I am gonna add my red pepper flakes right here when I'm marinating. And again, the longer you marinate, the better. So you can do it, yeah. So you can, again, you can roast all of this in the oven, or you can cook it in the on a cast iron. I also like to marinate my purple onion. I think it gives it a really good flavor. Do you guys have any questions?
Yes, did you leave the skin on or take it off the chicken?
I'm sorry. So these were boneless, skinless chicken pies.
Okay. Oh, skinless, thank you.
Yes, they sell them, and I don't actually, there's still a little bit of fat, but I didn't take it out because I actually want the fat to cook with. But then once I cut it, sometimes I turn it a little bit, but they're usually the ones at the store now. I mean, they're incredible, like boneless, skinless, they're ready to go. And again, when I make my whole chicken, I try to buy one of those chickens that it's flat. I forgot the name, how you open it up. Instead of like the whole chicken, it's like flat.
One of the garlic.
They at Whole Foods, yes. At Whole Foods, they sell you a bell and Evans, a whole chicken that is flat. I make the whole chicken for my family.
It's called Spatzcock, I think.
Exactly.
Yeah. And they'll do it for you at Safeway.
That's a big word for me. That's a really good dinner. It looks really fancy if you make the whole chicken. And so we
purple onion.
What?
How much purple onion are you putting in? Half an onion or a whole one?
I'm gonna do a half an onion because we're just cooking very little. But when I cook for my family, I try to do a few onions because they all want a little bit of the onion when I'm serving. So it's really up to you how much onion you want. We like it a lot when it's roasted and cooked. We like to when we're making our pita sandwiches. All the kids like the onions. So I'm gonna show you. Can you see it?
Yeah.
You see it?
Did you put the oil in with the chicken and the seasoning?
Yes.
Okay.
The olive oil, the spices, the onion, the lime, and the garlic.
Lime?
Lemon, I'm sorry.
Lemon, yeah.
Lemon.
And I did a whole lemon. I am very generous with my.
Okay, thank you.
Yes. Can you see it?
Yeah.
Is that just 2 thighs with that 3 tablespoons?
It's actually 3.
3 thighs?
3 big ones.
It's like 1 pound.
Yes.
Wow, they're big.
Yeah, they're big. So that's why in the color, I mean, I don't think you can see the color in the screen. It's really, really yellow. If you don't like it as yellow, I noticed that if you put more paprika, it will be more red. I was gonna say something. When I make my whole chicken, I leave the skin. I cook it with the skin. I think it makes it, it gives it a very good flavor when you're roasting the whole chicken. So we already have, yeah. So well, we can combine it.
Yeah.
Can you turn it on? Yep. So you don't need to put oil to the pan because we already have a cup of olive oil in here. I'm just gonna combine. And all of this, you can just put it in a cookie sheet and roast it. You can smell, especially the turmeric,
Yeah.
right?
If- Margot, if you roast it, what do you do at 400 for how long or?
25.
425.
Hold on 1 second, I have it here. I have it here. I do, where is it? Hold on 1 second. 425. And I do it like if it's boneless, I do 35 to 40 minutes is ready. So
And how about when it's spatchcocked? When you do the whole open
that
up?
takes longer, like an hour.
Okay.
And I will do both at 425.
And do you cover it? Like,
I don't cover it. I don't cover it.
Okay.
Oh, we're moving to.
And of course, you gotta put it in half, in the middle of the oven, not too high, not too low. Okay?
Are we moving to the oven? To the stove, sorry.
Is it on?
Yes, let me just. Two.
I didn't understand if you marinated overnight.
I like to marinate mine overnight. So, but even if it's 1 hour, it's perfect.
Okay.
Sometimes when I marinate it overnight, because I have so much olive oil, you know, it gets a little like a gel, but then I take it out. I always like to take out my stuff an hour before, so it just, then it's fine in the oven.
Oh, yeah.
But I really think it makes it different when you marinate it.
And I saw the chat that someone was asking about the apron, and he also got an answer, but it says a malka, which means queen, or if you will say, is the Hebrew name will be malka. But it says malka, and yeah, Margo got one all the way.
It says Malka, right?
Malka.
Okay, I got it right.
Yeah, you got it right. Yep,
Right, because I'm the one with the Hebrew name.
true. But that's what I said, like usually as a name, you will say malka and not malka.
Oh, yes, okay.
Yeah, that's
Except in the classroom, the teacher will say Malka.
right, exactly.
So we're gonna
You,
cook.
I just confuse rabbis anyway, because I'm not Miriam.
So while that's cooking, it's gonna take a little while, but not as long as we were roasting it. There's so many different. Sorry, we're like.
Okay, we're good.
So I usually buy pita. This is a big one. Or lavash. This you can find in Whole Foods. This is not, it doesn't have a pocket, so we will just wrap it.
This is also doesn't have a pocket. We call it like lafa.
Lapa if it doesn't have a pocket.
Yeah, and it's big. Like it's not like the regular size of, pita.
Pita.
Yep.
My kids like when it has the pocket because then we can add a lot of different topics. Adi made French hummus.
Then if you want the recipes on the Federation website. There is also a cooking class where we make hummus and pita, actually.
And you're right. We have cucumbers, and we actually, for the ones that have been in Israel, you know, how they do your french fries. My kids are like french fries. Or actually, I even got some plain potato tots. They like to put the potato tots in it.
There are the pita
So you will have this, it's like, this will last you for a long time.
Yeah. And you use now 3 tablespoons.
I did 3, actually, they were smaller than 3 tablespoons. I just kind of
It was
went,
also 1 pound.
yes.
So.
I usually try to use, even if you follow the recipe, I don't usually follow every recipe, so I try to be more generous. So I feel like it's never enough.
Okay, so we have the pita.
Could
we
I ask a
have the
question?
French fries, cheeks. We have hummus. We have cucumbers. We have tomatoes. And you can also add tahini if you want. I want to do raw tahini. I want to make tahini, you know, like with a little bit of water, a little bit of lemon, salt, pepper. That's how I make it my tahini. You can also add a garlic and parsley that like makes it, grind it all together.
Lemon juice.
And then
Lemon juice.
I didn't say lemon.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe you
Oh,
did.
lemon is important. Yes, thank you. So I will say again, raw tahini, water, lemon, salt, pepper. This is how I make it. And you can also add a garlic and parsley and grind it all together.
You want to show them? If you could see it, it's like very bright yellow. It smells so good.
Can I ask a question about the spice mix?
Yes.
I was late and I made spice mix that doesn't look at all like yours, and I'm missing the turmeric. So I know I have to add that. Did you put in anything that's not on the list?
Yeah, so she will give you, Adi will send the list.
Okay.
But I can repeat it. I put in half a cup of ground turmeric, half a cup of ground cumin, half a cup of ground black pepper, 2 tablespoons of cardamom, 2 tablespoons of ground coriander. And I don't know if you heard that I like to put a pinch of cinnamon in mine and a pinch of paprika, but
Okay.
not smoked paprika, just regular paprika. I also put 2 tablespoons of salt.
How much black pepper?
Black pepper.
Half a cup.
Half a cup?
Yes, but that's gonna, yeah, half a cup, but that is, you're not gonna use it, sorry. You're not gonna use, you're gonna have a mix for a few times.
Many times. I see. Okay.
Yeah, you're gonna have leftover, we're making a spice for you to have, and you can store it in your freezer. And then when you make 2 pounds, I usually do 3 tablespoons of that shawarma. So it's not like you're gonna be using.
A whole half cup. Yeah, I get it.
Adi will give you,
I can send the ingredients again. It's basically also, I also sent today another reminder with the ingredients, but I can absolutely send it again.
so here's again.
That was my question to Adi, was how much of the seasoning mix to use?
3.
Oh, use, yeah. Okay. So 3 tablespoons.
Yes.
Yeah, I think I used a 1/4 cup the first time I made it. It was too much.
Mm,
Yeah, it really depends of how you want your shawarma. You want
Yeah, well, that was definitely too much.
that seems like a lot because for all of this, for all of we made a cup and a half of shawarma spices you're gonna keep. So
Right, I have that.
half a cup is a lot.
No, quarter cup, but it was still a lot.
A quarter cup. Well,
Because that's 4 tablespoons,
how many cups, how many pounds did you make?
2 pounds.
Okay, so yeah, maybe that's a lot, maybe 3 or 2.5.
Yeah, I think less would be better.
So you're saying 3 tablespoons of the mix for 2 pounds of chicken?
Yeah.
I would do 2 or 3.
Yeah, 2 to 3 would be good.
3.
I would probably go light, but that's me.
Go easy first and then.
It's better to keep adding the next time.
Yes.
I just recently watched this very young Israeli chef, and he used the shawarma spice in white fish. Any kind of white fish, like halibut, so not just lamb and chicken. So you can do a lot. I was even thinking the other day, maybe for people that don't eat meat, you can put it in tofu,
Yeah.
you can marinate the tofu,
Yeah.
make shawarma tofu.
Yeah.
I just don't.
I'll try that. I'll report back.
Excuse me?
It's Megan. I'll report back. I'll do the tofu.
Yes, I think, you can, I wouldn't do French fries with tofu because I don't think it will.
French fries go with everything.
Yeah, but the consistency of the tofu wouldn't go with French fries. We are gonna put one of these, I forgot the name. I forgot the name. Lapa and lavage. I think one is more Lebanese or Arabic, and then one more Israeli.
This is also whole wheat.
Right, this is
This
whole
one.
wheat. You can find
This
these.
side is nicer.
You can find this in Whole Foods. Whole Foods has great pita.
Yeah, this one I actually got in Allentown, but I'm sure you can find it in other stores too, or to use a pocket pita, beef pita, pocket. What is called pita?
Margo, in Mexico, do people ever use tortillas?
Yes, in these places you can have it with, it's called Lebanese bread, or do you want corn tortillas? Yes. So, and then they put the shawarma right in the corn tortilla.
Can you show us the amount you put in one rolled up one and what goes in it? Are you about to do that?
Yeah, I'm gonna cut, I think it's almost ready. I'm gonna cut it, and then I usually make it like a buffet style, and then my kids pretty much make their own. And I usually try to buy smaller pita. That's too big, so I'm gonna cut it in half.
We wanted to do it authentic.
Yes, but I usually will do smaller ones.
At your house, you will use tortilla?
In Mexico?
No, like here for your kids.
I think they like the pita better than the tortilla for this.
Yeah. Okay.
Question for you. Do you put the seasonings in with the
We
chicken?
barely hear you. What?
Do you put the seasonings in with the chicken and the olive oil when it marinates?
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
But how long do you marinate it for? Just a few minutes?
No, the best thing to marinate it is up to you can marinate the night before, or 2 hours, or 1 hour would be like the best.
1 hour to overnight. Okay.
Yes. Yeah. But because here we didn't have time, she did
I
marinate.
pre-made half around let's say 12:30. So it was either refrigerated into a few hours.
And I marinate the onion. I put the onion in the mix. I think it gives it a really good flavor.
Mm-hmm.
You want to get the one?
I think we're gonna, yeah. I actually hardly ever make it in a cast iron. I usually put it in the oven, but I have to say, it smells really good.
It smells really good right now. Oh, by the way, I will say, I think tomorrow I will post on my Facebook. I'm planning on, I will make a video for Hanukkah, and I'm debating between two different dishes. So I will make a survey with everyone for what to make. So it will be during the week. I can take it to you.
I mean, I can't even tell you how yellow it is. It's like, you can't even tell the color. Right? No, you can.
Let me try with the other.
But it's like really, 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 it's like the turmeric. So I just sliced.
Yeah, I think now they consider it yellow.
How long has that been cooking? Was that cooking when we started?
No, we put everything on. We made everything in the bowl and then we put it on the stove.
Oh, that was quick.
Yeah, that really cooked quickly.
15 minutes.
Yeah,
That's,
that's why we
that
couldn't
didn't take
roast
long
it.
at all.
It take too long to be roasted. It's cooked. Yeah, you wanted your shawarma a little juicy, not dry.
Yeah. You give it up. Can you hold it for a second? I will just fix the camera.
We're still not ready for quick work.
No, you do.
Was your lump in the oven?
I'm gonna cut it in half. It's just too big to make half and half. No? Or should I make the whole thing? No, let's leave the whole thing. Okay, so let me then bring another one.
So this is the hummus, chips, french fries, cucumber, tomatoes. I like to chop them small, but if you like to chop them bigger, go for it. You can also add onion or just have it like a small salad and add it to your lapa.
I'm gonna cut a little more.
I think here you can really see the color. It's pretty yellowy.
It actually stains, so I don't. Then you're bored.
Like I one of us have the apron.
So a lot of people like to have tahini. We don't have tahini.
I mean, we can make one real quick. We have hummus.
Yeah, when you want something to get cooked, of course, when you're live, it's not cooking quick enough. So I will put my shawarma. Oh, I forgot to put buffalo. So that you can put fish now?
Okay, what? Yeah, so we will put, let me just also put this one here.
So I will put the hummus. And the shawarma. A little bit of cucumbers. I like to use the English cucumbers. That's what you usually.
Yeah, I'm only buying the smaller one. I don't like the big one.
The big ones, I don't
It
think
tastes
that
like water.
flavor.
French fries.
You have French fries? You don't have to.
But it's good, so you should try it.
I like mine with a spicy sauce that I didn't bring, but you
I
have,
Tabasco. Do you want
no,
Tabasco?
it's not. Sorry. So if you have, a pita with a pocket. If
Looks good. Looks delicious.
Wow, this is really good.
if but I forgot, I still have to put the onion.
All right, Margo loves the onion. I don't like the onion, so it all goes to her. Back to you.
So you toasted the laffa bread?
Can you see it? Can you see? Can you show them how
Yes.
the onion is cooked really nicely?
Quick marinated.
And the only a lot of recipes call for canola oil. I don't use canola oil because I feel like it's already been marinated in so much olive oil. I don't see why you have to add canola oil.
Someone was asking a question.
So, we put the pita, yeah, we put it in the oven for a little bit.
Okay, thank you.
I will add onion to mine. You can add as
Yeah.
many things.
So
You can add parsley, and there are some Israeli hot sauces, shuk, it's called shuk, the green one, or like mamba. You don't know your.
I don't know. I don't eat spicy.
So they do have hot sauces.
Schog usually.
Yeah.
Schog.
Yes.
Yes, schog they will use a lot. They will ask if you add khalif to the shawarma, if you want to add spicy to the shawarma.
And you can find all of that stuff here.
About the pita, we put it in the oven. It was also frozen. And then I moved it to the refrigerator, so it won't be frozen. So we just put it in the oven to give it like a little bit of like warmness and yeah, but if you buy it fresh, I don't think you have to put it in the oven.
And if you're gonna buy it with the pocket, you just open it up and put everything inside.
Yeah. Do we have more so we can make the other pita?
Yeah. Have a lot.
So the colors, I hope you can really see it here. The colors are amazing.
And I really think purple onion makes a difference. Instead of just regular yellow onion. And if you're already frying and have extra oil, if you want to add eggplant, you can just throw the eggplant right here. Yep.
And then you get like the.
I think with kind of a little bit like of the same flavor. That's interesting.
It all looks so amazing.
Yeah.
This looks
When-
delicious.
And
I'm
then
still trying to ask, when you called the purple onion, is that the same as a red onion?
oh, yes.
Okay, just making sure.
So we always have between Adi's Hebrew and
And your
then my Spanish, and then we both try to
Yeah.
translate everything into English.
But the
No.
real funny thing is
I get it. I get it. You got different, couple different languages going.
Yes. And the real funny thing is sometimes I want to write something and I want to make sure it's spelled correctly. So I'm texting Margo.
You said something over at the kitchen, at the stove. It's hard to hear you. Did you say add eggplant?
Yeah, so since
Oh.
you have already a lot of olive oil going with a really good flavor, I have cut up some eggplant and put it in the same oil.
Not right now.
Not right now,
Like in general, you can do it.
because you can add eggplant kind of like as a big, but you can add some eggplant to your shawarma.
Oh, that sounds delicious.
But I think eggplant is not every vegetable, eggplant.
I'm sorry, not every what? Eggplant?
Not every vegetable.
Eggplant just seems to
Okay, thank you.
work very well with that.
Thank you.
Okay, so I was
You
putting,
just cut it and put it as is, or you put it with salt to stay a little bit so the water comes out?
no, we just cut it in the cutting board and then we put it on the pita.
Are you talking about the eggplant? or-
The eggplant.
Oh,
Yeah,
sorry.
Yeah, the eggplant, you will have to have it ready, you know how you, before you
Salt it and
salt it and dry it.
And you don't peel it.
No, I usually when I fry my eggplant, I don't peel it.
No, the skin will taste good with it.
crispy. Gets
Crispy.
Hey, you got it.
I mean, you can almost, in a way, when you're making shawarma, you can also make sabek at the same time because you have pretty much all the ingredients. And you can just fry the eggplant in the same oil.
Okay. So this is the other one. We use the other, how do you call it?
Lavash,
Lavash.
and that's whole wheat, and this is not.
And
Actually, one thing my kids also like, when it's ready, they like to add more lemon to theirs.
Huh.
But because they
on
just,
top of the full
yeah,
lemon,
they
we
just put
already have-
a few drops.
Yeah.
So I cannot let you know.
Mm.
By the way, I did make fresh hummus before I came.
I made a container for you.
So that's it. The onion, it's so good.
Mhm.
Well, it's caramelized, but it tastes like shawarma.
Do you have any questions, thoughts, comments?
No, that answered a lot of questions for me.
So we will send. the
I will send
ingredients.
again the ingredients and also record. The recording is also on my Facebook because we were live. And if you have any questions or anything, just email me. Yeah, and after you make it the shawarma, take a picture, send me or send me. You will love to see it.
Okay, we'll do
It
that.
looks so good.
That looks
Great.
delicious.
Yeah.
And if you think of any other recipe, I think we'll be happy to make it. Anything.
That's true. If there is anything specific you would like to learn how to make, because I like keep thinking about things for every month. But if there is anything specific that you had in Israel or you heard about and you always wanted to try, let me know. And tomorrow I will cook.
Homemade hummus.
What?
Your homemade hummus.
We already did it. There is a recording and a recipe. You can find it on the Jewish Federation of Breading website under Shlicha cooking classes. If you don't find it, email me and we'll send you the video and the
Okay.
yeah, it's class that
Jewish Federation of where?
I'm sorry,
Which Jewish Federation?
of Reading.
Oh, of
Pennsylvania.
Reading. Oh, okay.
There is on the bar on the top, there is a category that's called Shlicha. And then when you click that, you have different categories. So there is Israeli cooking, where you can find all the videos and the recipes, and also other stuff like the lectures, Israeli movies and music, and everything is there.
Excellent. Great. Thank you.
I've been
Okay.
suggesting she makes her mom's to beat
To beat.
the rice that it's and you cook in a pan and then you
Oh, yeah.
and that's I think it's with lamb. Some of it is with lamb.
I know in my family will make it with chicken,
Right.
but this is just the problem with that it needs to be overnight. So it's something that I know my mom started like on the stove and then she covered it, put it in the oven like Friday night, and then it's something that we eat Friday for lunch, Saturday for lunch. So it's like all night in the oven. If you
Do you know how to plan ahead? You're organized. You can make one with us and then take it out. You know, we've done that before.
it's
Have
not
you tried tabbouleh yet?
Just that kind of version of a Persian rice.
Right.
yeah.
And
I've heard of that. I've heard of that.
Yes.
That sounds really good.
Have you taught tabbouleh? A recipe for
Can you do it with brown rice as well? Only white?
The beet?
Yeah.
I don't think so. I can ask my mom and let you know,
Okay.
but I don't think she ever used something that it's not like regular rice.
Not basmati or jasmine or anything like
I
that?
use jasmine, I think.
Okay,
Yeah.
because that's sweeter.
Jasmine cooks really good.
Yeah, I think she
Yeah.
used that. Not my mom and not any of my grandmas use brown rice, but I can definitely ask them and see what they're saying. And
Mhm.
about the tweet, if it won't be a cooking class, I will make a video, and then you can.
It's probably easier. Right?
Yeah, it will be easier. And this one also I'm going to do for Hanukkah. At the end of this next week, I will post some dish for Hanukkah, which is not sufganiyot, so something special. Yeah.
More Iraqi or.
couscous salad?
Couscous salad? No, it's going to be something for Hanukkah, so something with oil.
Oh, I saw
Something fried.
something online. It was using croissants and candied walnuts. You make yourself in the candy them, and then it uses Nutella, and you were making a giant rugelach.
Wow.
Wow, that sounds delicious.
In the air fryer. In the air fryer.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah. I want to do that. I don't remember where I saw it. It might have been on Facebook when you're scrolling.
I don't Google air fry.
I'm gonna cut this.
Oh my
Whoops.
You might be able to Google that.
No. I'm going to eat it like that, and then it will be open here. Yeah. So
Adi, I have a question. For the dressing, was it really just your tahini with the lemon, that recipe, or was that really hummus you were spreading in the pita?
So right now I made fresh hummus,
Okay,
but you can also add for that tahini. Like you can spread hummus and then just put tahini on top. The tahini
Okay.
is raw tahini, water, lemon, salt, and pepper.
okay. So in addition to the hummus, you would do that as well?
You can also just use tahini. It really depends on what.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. But for a dressing, something. All right, thank you.
I don't like it dry.
Although this has so much flavor,
Yes.
you don't need a lot of tahini.
True. And also the hummus is like super easy. Like chickpeas, water, olive oil, lemon, garlic,
It's really good.
salt, and
Oh, that looks so good.
It's so good.
Looks delicious.
But I do have to say, it really makes it different if you're marinated
for longer.
for longer.
Yeah. Okay.
Like everything. So, okay.
I'm ready
Thank
for
you.
dinner now.
And I had
Thank you. I'm going to go. That was great. I enjoyed it.
and don't forget if you're making a picture. And
Yeah, okay.
Hag
We'll do it.
Sameach, Hanukkah soon.
Hanukkah Sameach, Laila Tov.
חג שמח. תודה, עדי.
Bye, thank you.
ביי.
Thank you.